Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
Oh yeah. 105 is the number that comes to mind.
Good morning and welcome to Shania Radio. This is where we are having another segment of what is trending and what is eating away our peace. Like everyone knows about domestic violence. It's nothing new. Like today I have my guests in studio, like 3 of them. I have 2 amazing ladies and a gentleman. Kaitri from my right, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Zainab Macharia, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay,
I'm Byron Odhiambo and I'm so happy to be here.
I'm Nyambura Gashira, a marriage counselor.
Okay, and today we are going to kick off our discussion with, do you know what is domestic violence? When you hear about domestic violence, what comes to your mind, Zainab?
What comes to mind is a home where there is no peace.
Mm-hmm.
People are constantly fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is what comes to
There are
mind.
ragos all over.
Yeah.
Byron, what do you think about domestic violence?
Oh, just like she said, I mean, domestic violence is just whereby there is no peace. Like, there is no peace at home. People are always at a conflict, say. People don't agree with each other.
I think our marriage consultant here will.
Domestic violence is physical torture of spouses, either the male or the female.
And to add to that, it can be emotional, it can be mental torture. So domestic violence dies across everything in a marriage, everything in a home, everything in a relationship, like everything. How you interact, how you carry each other, the respect you give to each other, how you tackle issues as a couple. It's all that. And to start with, what are the causes of domestic violence?
One, I'd start with saying betrayal. Betrayal is a major cause because in cases where infidelity comes in a marriage, you find that the husband ends up cheating on the wife. You know, henceforth, this lady will be looking at this man and you're like, once there is that new style in bed, you're like, oh my God.
Where did you learn this from?
That from the other side. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You know, and there's always this hatred that apart from you having said, yeah, it's okay, I forgive you, you'll find that you are not really okay. You know,
Yeah.
sleeping in the same bed with this person just doesn't make you satisfied because you're like, oh my God, that hand was on another person. It came to me
Sure.
again. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, you really feel the hurt.
Oh, for sure, forgiving is not forgetting. You take a time to
Yeah,
heal.
you'll be there serving him supper and you feel like throwing it on his face. And you feel you have every right to do so because of just how agitated you are. You
Yeah,
know?
this happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So I would say another cause of maybe gender-based violence, or let's say domestic violence, apart from betrayal, poor communication.
Poor communication.
Poor communication is whereby you're at home and nobody is talking to each other, or if you're talking to each other, you're not polite enough. And let's say you're back from work and nobody's saying welcome back and stuff like that.
So these things happen, like you're coming back from work, even your wife doesn't say hi.
Like nobody talks to you. Even maybe
Like you are in a home and you don't even like talk.
or let's say people sometimes the communication actually really goes off. Like nobody is talking to somebody. Or when there maybe you're having a meal, a dinner, and people are busy in their phones. They're
Oh,
already
the
playing
table is so
split.
silent.
The only sound being heard is the table maybe hitting the spoon, and maybe the people who are having maybe.
That's a bad scenario, I know.
Okay.
Other causes, Zainab.
so to add on to what she had said, betrayal. From betrayal comes mistrust.
Mistrust.
Because when you feel someone has betrayed you, there is no way you'll trust them.
Sure.
So people tend to take their husbands' phones, try to crack their passwords, trying to find
know
out
who you have been
who is that
texting,
person.
you have been calling the whole day.
You've been coming home late. Or why is that? She's trying to find out where he was from, or
And that's
something.
bad. You know
Yeah,
that's bad.
yeah.
When you're looking for something from someone, you truly have to get it. Because
And in a marriage, you're supposed to trust your partner.
sure, trust is everything. Trust is key to every marriage.
It is.
I had someone complaining about financial constraints.
So on financial constraint, I'll say I'll take this point because I'm a man, and men are really, the ladies really expect so much of men. Like maybe they expect you to buy everything that they're thinking of buying or that they desire. But actually, in a relationship or in a marriage, you should have you should know each other. Like you should know the depth of the pockets of your spouse.
The-
So you should not actually
let me
just
ask
take
you,
that too
now
much.
talking about the depth of the pocket, do you people tell your wives how much you want?
I would say for me, for my family,
Mm-hmm.
I think my wife or my spouse
Mm-hmm.
would know how much I earn if they have earned the right to know it, about mistrust.
Mm-hmm.
So if I trust you enough, of course, I'll tell you every detail of my financial,
Oh, yes.
financial perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't tell you, then it means you have to work on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then some girls or maybe some ladies or some spouses just ignore the part that maybe I have a limit as far as my finances are concerned. And if you can't reach the limits that they're putting there for you, they tend maybe to overreact about it.
So you mean
Maybe
they
go for
expect
other
a lot?
options.
They expect a lot. Maybe someone
much.
says something from their friend and they're like, oh baby, why are you not buying me this? Don't you love me like so and so is loved by their husband?
Actually, men really, that one is really puts us in a position that why are you comparing me to the other person? Don't you know it's about us, it's not about the whole other families out there. The moment you're comparing me to somebody else, of course I'll be pissed off.
Oh sure, it's taking that to another level.
Yeah, sure.
So you should be you and accept your pocket the way it is and live within your means.
But again, he has talked about earning the trust to know what amount you're paying. I think every lady, so long as you are married to this man, you are entitled. I repeat, entitled to know just how much this guy earns. Because the minute you guys got married, you know, after saying the marriage vows, you guys say whatever is yours is now mine.
Yes,
Whatever is
sure,
mine is now
sure,
yours.
sure,
So you
sure.
can go to your pocket, take 1,000 bob, tell you I took this 1,000 bob without first asking me for permission. So if you want me to first earn your trust so that I can know how much you're paid,
In courtship, you know whether you can trust that person before you get into marriage, because it's not a one week. You should have established whether this person is she trustworthy. Can I tell her about my finances or stuffs?
yeah, and I don't expect 3 years into marriage. That is when you're saying that I have earned enough trust. 3 years into marriage, are you even serious? You know, there comes issues where you guys really need to maybe budget for what you're going. And then, you know, as a married couple, you'll have goals. You know, you'll have aims.
Sure.
You'll want to buy a car, and I have to know how much are you paying so that you can buy this car. How much am I supposed to put in? I don't even know how much you're paid. Maybe it's $1 million and you want a 500k car.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't add up.
By the way, this is what is bringing the new term of you are not the right one.
Exactly.
Because you are not open, you're not talking to us. Now, how do you expect us guys to know that we are not the right one? Yet you can't even tell someone, I'm earning this one so that we can budget for it.
And you know, another thing that makes quarrels come in is that I want this thing. If I knew how much you're paid, I'd go for less.
Sure.
But I don't
You
even
can
know how
budget
much.
now.
Yeah, I can budget from there. If I know what we have at hand is 50k, there's no way I'll go for something worth 45k and I know the month is just 30.
Sure.
You know, this is why we advocate for courtship. But most people nowadays just get married, mna meet, mnapendana, you get married.
Na mnaoana at the same time. Mna meet, mnapatana, mnapendana, mnaoana.
And that is what brings conflict.
It's a one night stand. You can imagine a one night stand, get pregnant and it's
Oh,
like,
that's another
you
way.
have to
Too
marry her,
much.
she's your responsibility now. And that makes men bitter, and that is why they end up beating their wives.
Yeah, brings us to this point of failure to perform the responsibilities by either of the spouse. Don't you think that it can bring about domestic violence?
It can,
How?
in a way that, let's say the man was coerced to marry the lady. So now he's not fully
Prepared.
fully prepared, fully concentrated on
Equipped
the,
and
on the
everything.
marriage. So he tends to look for other way to satisfy himself. So he'll say, I just had fun with this girl and then I was forced to marry her because she got pregnant. So what else do I have to do here? My only responsibility is to this kid. So I don't have any responsibility.
So you end up
to the wife.
neglecting the wife?
Yeah, you neglect the wife, you go and look for a side chick who is going to satisfy your needs. You come
Oh.
home, the wife is angry, she ends up beating you, she ends up getting mad at you, and you end up beating her.
That will make us to have those unexplainable marriages.
Yes.
Because people are together, yet they are not talking, they are not like
They're not even
even
having a
offering each
conversation,
other conjugal rights.
Yeah.
Talking of conjugal rights, can it somehow bring us
Sometimes it
to...
goes to an extent where the man brings another lady to the house. I have a
Oh,
friend.
that's so bad.
Yeah, I have a friend who met a guy when she was in high school, and he got her pregnant. after she got pregnant, he took her and kept her in his house.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like they got married, but it was not an official kind of marriage. So the man used to bring other ladies to the house.
With the same girlfriend being there.
She's pregnant. Even after she gave birth, the man still used to bring women to the house.
And that was too bad. What did she do?
It became complicated. So every time they had to fight, the woman would leave with the kid. The man would come and get her back.
But that's
He'd
total
put her in the
torture.
house, and then he'll end up beating her.
Oh, that was so bad.
Yeah.
Now that brings us to the point of rejection. You know, now rejection comes in. Okay, this guy initially, you know, okay, some guys are careless out here. He'll see this fine ass, to say it, and atapita na yeye. You know,
Sure, nowadays people are looking to physicalities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before you know it, the lady is pregnant and you brought her home. Now rejection can come from within or from outside. In
Sure.
the case where, you know, you can even face rejection from your own husband, that guy you call hubby. Facing rejection from him. In a case where this guy, like the case where the guy used to bring ladies.
Oh, sure.
Can you imagine you are a lady, a full grown ass woman, and the guy still goes out and brings other ladies? Like,
Jamani, who does that? Who does that?
like
Hakuna
umenipeleka
heshima.
chini, mimi ni mchanga.
That's too bad.
You know,
That's a total torture. Like, how do you even get the guts and the audacity to bring another woman in that house? Like, two women at a go. Men, you are going to show us things that we have never seen.
okay, and you know, it can also come from outside, whereby, okay, the relatives, maybe the brothers to your husband, the sisters, the mother-in-laws. Kwanza, mother-in-laws.
That's another
Mother-in-law,
topic.
I am married your son. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Omera, this happens where I think this is getting too hot. We will have to have a commercial break, and don't go far away. Keep it at Shania FM at 99.9 FM. We're going to be back. Don't go away.
Halua penzi tamu baby si unajua amua ambia mani mi unatambua and I'm really tryna get a Billy baby why unanifanya mimi ni
That was a good segment. I think my listeners, you have been so enlightened by the guests who came through. And a very good thank you for you showing up for this discussion. Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, I've been your host, Maria Wanjiku.
Halua penzi tamu baby si unajua amua ambia mani mi